Hello, my name is Jennifer, and welcome to part 1 of my new island living Let's Play. And I had originally been thinking I was going to do a full-on rags to riches, but I was building this house that we have in the background, and I decided I really wanted to play in it, so I thought I would do sort of a spin on the kind of concept of rags to riches. I have a young family here. The dad and his son are out here fishing. Let's get out of tab mode. In the rain, because it's raining out, and sort of what we're going to do instead of a full-on rags to riches is they're actually starting with no money, but they do have a house. The house, however, is on the island in the conservation area in Sulani, and it is off the grid. So they have to live off the grid until they essentially earn enough money to pay back, until they earn enough money to get it connected to the grid, which essentially is the money that I've decided they need to earn and pay and get taken away once they have enough money, is the cost of the house, which is about 61,000. And I figure I'd round up to 65,000 to cover part of the cost of the house. But the background is that they actually inherited the house that is off the grid, which is why they have it. And they packed up everything and they moved here, and they're essentially left with nothing after they came here. It took all their money just to get over to this location. Our dad here, Jay, originally, he was a tech guru, really low starting out, and mom was wanting to be a writer, but currently was home with the kids. So, being off the grid doesn't really work for either of them because they kind of need computers for those. But they're also interested in making the island a better place. So they've decided they'd like to go into the conservationist careers. So they're both going to go into it once we go off the island and visit a spot that has full access for their phones, because they're very off the grid. There's not even a cell tower here that lets them use their cell phones. So we're going to need to go into the town to go get them jobs. Not really sure how that's going to work, because normally that's a work from home career, which comes over your phone. So I don't know. They may not be able to actually do very much of that if that's the case, because their phones don't work here. And I think it's going to take them a while to get the 65,000 that they need to be able to pay off, essentially, to hook it up to the grid so that they can get some power and whatnot. So right now, we'll take a look at they're out here fishing. Mom is Jana, and she is potty training little Dominick, their toddler. We're going to have a little bit of an issue here with being off the grid because the bathtubs do not work, unfortunately. Just trying to get over here. So let's take a quick look at their off the grid house. It's a nice house. It's a 3-bedroom, 3-bathroom house. But, of course, the bathrooms are very limited in what they can use in the place. They currently, as I said, have no money. We're trying to hope that our husband, Jay, and our son, Solomon, can maybe, catch some fish that we can sell and have a little bit of money, because we need some money to feed our cat and, of course, to feed ourselves. They don't have to, they can earn money and use it for their living expenses. It just, once they get enough to get to 65,000, that's when they will pay it off. I'm not making any limits on how they can earn money. Our Jana is creative, so we have an easel here so she can do some painting. And the house currently is only base game, island living, and a few pieces for the cat. Nothing furniture built by, other than we have a litter box, a pet food bowl, a scratch post, and a toy chest. So those are the only cats and dogs items that I use in the house. This house is going to go on the gallery, so it will say that there's cats and dogs, because there is. But if you don't have cats and dogs, it doesn't matter, because it's only cats and dogs. It's only cat items that matter are in here. So it doesn't really matter. Everything else is base game and island living. So it is kind of they are rags. It's off the grids to riches. Off the grid to on the grid, I guess, is what it's going to be. Because we're going to try and get on the grid by paying off the paying the hookup fee, which is the equivalent of the value of the house. So that's kind of it. There's a little cup here because I had both the mom and the dad use a youth potion, because right now in the game, well, it just is the way it is. They've changed it so that when you create your Sims, they get days randomly added to them. And there's no way of turning it off. So the only way to do that is either play with aging off, which I don't really want to do. I am on a long lifespan, or you can use a youth potion for them. And there's a room on the gallery. I'll show a little picture by Euphorial Queen, which has 5 youth potions, so that if you create your Sims and you want them to have their age reset to the beginning, how it used to be before they changed it, take that, it'll reset them. So it's not the same as like, you can use it for whatever you want, but I don't really consider it cheating. It's just essentially putting the Sims back to how they would have been in the first place before EA decided to add random ages to Sims when you create them, essentially. And they probably will at one point get the laundry, because I have laundry hampers that are not real laundry hampers. They're just base game decorative laundry hampers, but I will eventually replace them with the laundry hampers from Laundry Day so that they can do laundry using the wash tub and the line out there. That may be a bit much, so I don't think we'll start with that yet. So, but yeah, so this house will be on the gallery. I will show the details of that. This was just, well, since we're doing a brief intro, let's take a look at Jana. Let's take a look at all of their traits. So she is creative, a bookworm. She did want to be an author originally. I've swapped her over to the painter extraordinaire aspiration, family-oriented and a muser from having a creativity aspiration. RJ is actually a quick learner because he had a knowledge aspiration of being a computer whiz, but we're not going to be able to do that. He's a genius. He loves the outdoors, and he is also family-oriented. Little Solomon is on the whiz kid aspiration. He won't be able to complete that fully here. We would have to go use a computer somewhere, because for one of the tiers of that, it requires access to a computer. But he can do most of this stuff here off the grid, so that's fine. And he is a genius. I didn't bother having him reset his age because I normally age them up before the long lifespan ends anyway, so I didn't really think it was necessary. When we go to a public lot, I'm going to have him join Scouts, so he will be in Scouts. And our little Dominick is inquisitive here, so yes, and we can't bathe him. We have bathtubs, but because we're off the grid, who knows? He may be a child before we get on the grid. So these bathtubs may never be used, but by him. But we may have another child eventually. Just I don't know exactly where we would put another bedroom. We'd almost have to add a second floor upstairs, or perhaps if Solomon ages up to a teen, he might have a little hut outside for himself. Who knows? Or he can share a room. He and the two, Dominick and Solomon, can share a room. I currently have a double bed for Solomon, who is the child, because I didn't know if the night lights would work. I'm guessing they don't when you're off the grid. And so I didn't want to have to deal with monsters under the bed. So I gave him a double bed. I just stuck out against the wall, and partially because I needed the ability to put a light beside the bed, because just because there's no power. And when you are doing only base game and Island Living, there are not a lot of lights that work off the grid. There's quite a few lights that work off the grid with various packs, but not so much with base game and only Island Living. This is a light with Island Living that I could find that works off the grid. Oh no, there's 2. This one does too, this little candle decorative thing. I had something else that I thought worked, but it didn't work. So I ended up getting rid of it. And then these lights here, these like candles, and of course these candles, they work too. Someone had said there's an oil lantern that you'd think would work, that it doesn't work. I didn't actually try, but I just took the word that it didn't work. So yeah, anyways, that's it. That's their house. And they have some portable lawn chairs, loungers, and some not portable loungers there. So, and this area is protected, so they probably will end up doing some gardening. Hopefully we'll make a little bit of money with that. And I have a fireplace because it will be cool in the winter. So that's their fireplace over there. But that's kind of it. So the other thing, so my goal sort of with this, which I don't believe I've said, is that they both the parents are going to go into the conservationist career, and one will go one way and one will go the other way. So we'll explore that. Our goal is to try and make this island, improve it to like the top level so that like the sea turtles come back and things like that. So that is one of our goals. I'm going to complete the aspiration that comes with this pack. Let's take a look at Jana. She's not doing any painting right now, so we'll swap her over to the it's a location beach life one. So we're going to try and do that with both of the parents. And I'm going to put her back where she currently was on the painter extraordinaire. She could also do the musical genius because that doesn't require any power either, but the best-selling author kind of does. And let's see, Jay here. So they're also only wearing clothes from Island Living and base game. Though, strangely enough, it said that they had something from Get to Work on, because it was saying that their bunny slippers were Get to Work. But when I went in and looked, like for like when they sleepwear, they say they're base game. So I'm not really sure why. Oh, another thing that's an issue is for us to actually do the Angling Ace aspiration, we have to actually leave Sulani, because right now the fishing at locations doesn't register when you fish in Sulani. So we will have to leave Sulani from time to time. So we'll just pretend it's like an outcropping of Sulani to be able to get that. Maybe we'll call like the downtown Willow Creek it. I don't really know, because I have, I've done a renovated library there, renovated gym, renovated museum. Yeah, that's probably going to be our place where we go occasionally to hang out. Maybe Magnolia Promenade, because that's a good place to go fishing and catch. Let me think what it is that you want to catch there. Dragon fruit. That's a good place to catch that. So that's something we'll probably do too. So the other thing is that they're not here on their own. They're here like on this lot, on this little neighborhood on their own. But when they came here, Jay's mother and Jay's brother, the brother is only a teen, they have moved to Sulani, but they are in the town. And also, let me remember, Jana, her sister came away on vacation and she never returned. So she's going to try and see if she can track her down while we're here and see what we can find with that. But that's kind of sort of the background. And then maybe when Solomon ages up to a teen, maybe he'll do one of the teen careers, maybe the lifeguard or something like that. We'll see. I think that's a new part-time career. Can't check any of this right now because we're off the grid and our phones essentially don't work for most parts. You can call people. That's, you can take pictures with it, but that's about it. You can't get a job. You can't really do anything else. So yes, we'll be doing a push to try and get that money to be able to get on the grid. so it's like an off the grid striving to get on the grid challenge and to complete some other things while we're at it. But that's really it. The house will be on the gallery as it is. I will have the details up on the screen. I will also have shown the details of the room that you can get those potions from. If you're interested in seeing that, in case you don't want your Sims aging, you can also there's a specific mod that you can put in your game that I expect hopefully is fixed or never broke with the update. I haven't checked because I haven't put the mod in my game, but I would think that it would get updated if it did break. And also MCCC has an option to disable the aging in CAS. The aging in CAS is not when you just go into randomly into CAS. It's when you're creating Sims. It's purposely set to add age to your Sims so that when they come out, they're different ages. I personally prefer not to have my Sims be different ages. I want them to be 0. No days past when I'm playing with them. Especially if you're doing challenges, it's not so good to have them have some days added on to their age. It means that you have less time to complete the challenge with them. Luckily, I'm playing on long, so it's not as big a deal, but not so good for certain challenges. I am going to be back on Saturday with this Let's Play, so for now, This Island Living Let's Play is going to be running on Wednesdays and Saturdays. I also have Foster Child Challenge on Saturday that will continue. So Saturdays will be double upload days for now until either my Foster Child Challenge completes or my Get Famous Rags to Riches completes. Both are getting towards the end. I'm not sure which one will finish first, but when one does, then I will rejig the schedule and I'll let you know at that time what the new schedule is going to be. But for now, this is going to be Wednesday and Saturdays, with Saturdays being a double up day with Foster Child Challenge. But that is going to be it for this brief introduction to island living. Thanks very much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye! This has been Jennifer. If you have any comments or suggestions, please leave them below. I'd love to see them. If you liked the video, please leave a like. And if you'd like to see more videos of challenge, let's plays, tutorials, and occasional speed builds, please subscribe if you haven't already done so. Thanks very much!